Hi everybody and welcome to Miss Grit Gaming. So we are starting from scratch a walkthrough of Planet Crafter. So episode 1 we will do and cover basic survival, basic crafting and gathering, building of a basic outpost or base, and then the production of oxygen and why it's important to start with that. So without further delay, let's start a game. So the name of my game will be Planet Grit. I will be starting with Planet Prime, not Humble, and on game mode standard. Alright, so let us start. So eventually we would like to see a planet like that, which is really rewarding. But we will start with a planet that looks like this.
Emergency. Correct your trajectory. Imminent impact. Imminent impact.
And so our craft has crashed on the barren land, and that is in fact the stage that we are in. It is called the barren stage. So if you look over here, we are aiming to get to the blue atmosphere stage. And that we will need to do by terraforming and getting these terraforming units. Terraforming we will need to get by increasing oxygen, increasing heat, increasing pressure and biomass. Right, here we say you'll need to generate oxygen, heat and pressure. Alright, so it says all of that here for us. Anyway, so let's start. What do we have in our capsule over here? We have our crafting station. We have our storage crates. In our storage crates, we have lima seed and space food. They didn't give us any oxygen or any water this time. Oh my goodness. So we will have to craft that. At least at our crafting station, we can craft oxygen, water, our microchip for construction, deconstruction for a torch, backpack upgrade, and a oxygen tank upgrade as well. Alright, so here at the top left, in this top left corner here, you will see that there are some first step missions that they give us to make a backpack and oxygen tank. So all of those are things that just help us and guide us to the steps that we need to take to be able to explore further and go further in order to make progress a lot easier and faster. So outside you'll see there's a bunch of ores here on the floor, and that is what we'll need to collect. Alright, so for basic survival we will need oxygen and water and food. So we've got food covered, but they didn't give us any oxygen or water. So generally I will go out and first go do the backpack and the oxygen tank first. But since they didn't give us any oxygen or water, I'm going to go and craft one of each of these first, just to have that for basic survival. So let's go and get us 2 cobalts and 1 ice ore. Alright, so I see an ice right here in front of me. So we point, it says ice, left click, it zooms it up into our inventory. Alright, cobalt and a cobalt. We've got a mystery cache here. Let's see. It's got some interesting things in here. Some iron, some cobalt, some things that we may be able to use. Let's see. Okay, need to get back to the capsule. My oxygen is running low, as you can see in the left bottom corner. So I need to get back to the capsule so that I don't run out of oxygen. Okay, so I am back. I can make my oxygen capsule. I can make my water bottle. Alright. I've got 2 iron that I collected from the that blue cache. So I can actually make my backpack. You press tab and that would be open your inventory. You left click the backpack and it equips it to your person. Alright, and then let's see if I have I need 1 more iron to be able to make the oxygen tank. Alright, so let's go out and just harvest an iron. Okay, so here we have 1 iron. That's what it looks like. So we harvested 1 iron. I can make a upgraded oxygen tank. I can equip that oxygen tank, so that will allow me to travel a bit further to go and harvest things and explore further, etc. So now the first steps ask us to make a microchip for construction, which only makes sense because we need to start constructing structures for terraforming, right? So let's see what we need for that. We need 2 silicon, 2 magnesium. Alright, I've got 2 silicon and 1 magnesium. So let's see, I need 1 more magnesium. Shopping for that. There we go. 1 magnesium. Okay, so yeah, those blue crates that we just saw, those blue crates, they lie around everywhere. They look like these. And they have some very valuable things in, generally speaking, I'm talking about seeds. They are very important for oxygen production and terraforming with regards to oxygen production. Later on, now, whenever. So collecting them I find really rewarding. So let's see. So we want to be able to build vegetubes. So at the first steps here, they say craft living compartment and the living compartment door. Alright, so they want us to start making an outpost, which only makes sense. We cannot live in this little capsule. So, but if you have a look at where we are like in a valley here, surrounded by high ground. Alright, so when terraforming actually happens, this is gonna be flooded. This is like a lake bed. We do not want to make our base down here. I done this like the first time and my base got completely flooded. I had to reconstruct my base from like the start up. So my favorite place to make the outpost is up there by that rock formation there, because it's towards the middle of the map, more like. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect the items that I need for the living compartment and door on the way up there. So pressing Q, you can go to the construction menu, and here we've got the living compartment, which we need 2 iron and a titanium for, and the door we need 1 iron, titanium and a silicon for. So we're going to go shop for these items to be able to build those structures. So yeah, we've got 1 silicon, we've got 1 titanium, we've got 1 iron, so all your structures you want to build as high as possible. It's just because at this moment you do not know where where the water's levels are gonna be at, and they change so often. You really don't know. So the higher the better. And also, like, when you terraformed and you've got nice views, obviously, like, the views are also brilliant from higher ground as well. So that little extra bit helps. Right, so now we're at the top here. Great. Okay, so it's warning me my oxygen level is really low, so let's build this quickly. So oxygen, the living compartment, we'll just put it here. Not a fan that it floats like this. And whoop, in I go before I pass out and die. Alright, great. Okay, so the next ideal thing that I would like to do is to build a veggie tube. Alright, so, but before we can do that, I need a crafting station up here because the other crafting station is way down there. And in order to have a crafting station, first I need some power. So let's first go and shop for some iron to build wind turbines. Let's go and do that. I think I'll be happy with 3 for now. Can always build some more later. These wind turbines are really cheap to build resource wise. So here we've got like a nice meteor storm going around. So these meteor storms rain down extra ores. Just be careful, they can hit you and they do damage, and it is actually an achievement to get hit by a meteor, so you can go dancing around trying to get hit by one if you really want. Okay, so we need 1 iron and 1 silicon for a crafting station. So we do have 3 wind turbines up and running now. Here's 1 silicon. And now we need 1 iron. Yeah, I'm just walking around here. Fingers crossed that a meteor does not hit me. Yeah. So sometimes these meteors can like bring down some really valuable ores, but this early in the game they generally don't. So yeah, I can't wait for the agility boots and the jetpack to unlock a little bit later. Makes movement speed so much faster and streamlines things a lot easier. Alright, there we go. I can build my crafting station. Great. So now I want to build my veggie tubes, but because I've played this a bit and I want to be architecturally a little bit snobbish about this, I want to build 2 more living compartments. But first, my hydration level is not looking great. These capsules, the oxygen capsule and the water bottle, they both restore the vitals to 100%, no matter how low they are. So using them when the stats are as low as possible is your most efficient use of these resources. Whereas the food, certain foods only restore at like certain amounts of health. Alright, so for 2 more compartments I need quite a bit more iron ore and titanium. And then the vegetubes themselves also have a few resource requirements. Yeah, so we want to get terraforming as soon as possible. The reason being just that it is basically like in any other game, the research part of it. The sooner you start researching, the faster you start progressing. And you know, that just, it helps so much. So, and I want to start with oxygen specifically because it unlocks the food production. So you can't see any of this because we haven't unlocked the we haven't built the blueprint screen as of yet, and that will show you which parameters unlock which technologies. So it'll give you a more informed decision or informed idea of what parameter you would like to rather focus on, but my strategy is to use oxygen first to get food production up and running. Okay, so you need 2 ice and 2 magnesium, and I think 1 more iron. Ice. Okay. Looks about right. Okay. And up we go. This tedious hike. So also it helps to try and build your bases as close to what you would anticipate a lake to be at. This is just with regards to your terraforming with biomasses later. So vegetubes, so building 1 vegetube and building another vegetube. Okay, so obviously we need seeds for these guys, which I don't have in my inventory obviously at the moment, but at the capsule at the bottom we do have one. And we might, if we are lucky, find one in a cache down here. I think over there in the distance is a crate that I might get with my extra oxygen capsule that I have. Yeah, so you do want to try and find some extra seeds because you want to have as much oxygen production as possible. And for that you do need to explore and loot things. Darn it. No. Seed. That is unfortunate. Okay, so I'll explain to you what I just looted there. I just have limited oxygen right now. So I do need to get back to the capsule so I can explain to you what I have looted there. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay. So let's see. This is a blueprint microchip. So this screen here, when I build this, I can use that chip and unlock a blueprint for myself. And it does so randomly. You cannot choose which blueprint it unlocks for you. And then I just looted some space food. I've got some uranium, I've got some iridium. This is a super alloy. These are metals that you use in some advanced technology later on. This is a food seed, and that's just 2 minerals. So this is the seed that we want to put in the veggie tube. Alright, so we can eat some space food now. As I told you, the food only fills a certain amount of the stats. It does not fill all of it. So let's loot as much of this and try and store it at the top. There. So that I don't really need to go back down for that. So that's a shame. Obviously all starting conditions are a bit different, and I must say these starting conditions are a little bit harsher than usual for me. Less seeds, no water and oxygen at the start. It's not that bad, but it's annoying. Alright, so here we go. That just makes it a little bit more challenging. We just have to go and do some exploring a little bit more. A little earlier. Alright, so I put my seed inside of the veggie tube, and you can see it's starting to slowly grow into like a plant here, and it is making oxygen at a very slow pace. Alright, so let's see if I can make a storage crate just quick, because yeah, I just need to store some of this food. Yeah, alright. And then these metals that I might be using at a later stage. And the seed I'll be using at a later stage. And this chip. Alright. That being said, that is our topics for this episode. I have now made oxygen. Ideally, I would have liked to find a second seed for our second veggie tube, but that was not the case. So we will be constructing a drill and a heater in the next episode, and then going to explore for some more seeds in the next episode. So please like and subscribe if you want to go and see the next episode. Please comment, share any ideas that you have, any games or any tips that you have for me. This is a journey that I want to share with other people. So yeah, please, any input is very much valued. Thank you so much. Until next time.